Tim Keller's about to use a phrase that will sound alarm bells in John Piper's mind. This leads them to a revelation that could transform your walk with God. Watch to the end for maximum encouragement.
I owe him everything.
Piper had a problem with Keller saying we owe God and calls this the debtor's ethic. For context, he describes it in this 2002 sermon.
I call it the debtor's ethic, which says God gave this to me, I better work hard for God now and try to pay him back, the debtor's ethic.
With that in mind, Piper goes on to deliver a knockout blow to the debtor's ethic, sending it flying. But first, Piper holds back and lets Keller respond.
The trouble with the O thing, I agree, is it looks like he's done something and I have to pay him back. Rather than say, great music deserves praise. A noble deed just attracts and evokes praise. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Now catch how Piper understands our debt to God's grace.
When Paul says, by the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace toward me was not in vain, but I worked. Okay, now that's what I want. I think that's holiness there. Mm-hmm. I did good things. I did the right thing. I worked harder than any of them. And then he says, nevertheless, it was not I, but the grace of God that was with me. Mm-hmm. Now, the way I picture that is, Paul received grace. By the grace of God, I am what I am. So grace has come into his life. It's awakened a new person. It's given him these desires. And now, as he contemplates, how shall I respond? He says, I'm going to work my tail off for Jesus.
Right.
And then he says, but it wasn't me working my tail off. So as far as debt goes, it goes like this. So he says, I'm going to take a step for Jesus. And then he says, I took that step by the grace of Jesus. It wasn't I, and so every step you take in obedience to Jesus, you're going deeper in debt.
Wait. Did you catch that? In other words, we can't repay God for his grace by doing good because our good works are also funded by his grace. So ultimately, they're taking us deeper into debt. I'll let Piper finish his sentence.
So being a debtor to grace, I think is just a wonderful phrase, as long as you don't ever think it's payback. Because you can forever, I think forever and ever, we go deeper.
Subscribe to be encouraged.